Welcome. Ramana Maharshi's teachings are deep and profound. Listen, reflect, and deeply meditate. I'm Richard Clarke. I'm reviewing and commenting on the book Talks with Sri Ramana Maharshi. Today is from Talk 647, Part 2. Maharshi. By Sravana, knowledge dawns. That is the flame. By manana, the knowledge is not allowed to vanish, just as the flame is protected by a windscreen, so other thoughts are not allowed to overwhelm the right knowledge. By nididhyasana, the flame is kept up to burn bright by trimming the wick. Whenever other thoughts arise, the mind is turned inward to the light of true knowledge. When this becomes natural, it is samadhi. The inquiry, who am I, is the Sravana. The ascertainment of the true import of I is the manana. The practical application on each occasion is nididhyasana. Being as I is samadhi. In this talk, Sri Ramana Maharshi describes a clear process by which a person can recognize and remain established in their true nature, the self. Seekers want to understand how to move beyond the ordinary workings of the mind with its endless thoughts and distractions and settle into the lasting awareness of the self. The Maharshi responds by explaining 4 stages of practice: Sravana, or hearing; manana, or reflection; nididhyasana, or deep meditation; and samadhi. These are ancient terms, but Ramana makes them practical and immediate. He begins by saying that Sravana, hearing or reading the truth, is where knowledge of the self first appears. It's like lighting a flame. When someone hears the teaching that their true nature is not the changing mind or body, but the changeless awareness in which all these appear, something awakens within them. That spark is the beginning. Next comes manana, which means reflection. The Maharshi compares this to shielding a flame from the wind. Once knowledge has dawned, the mind will still tend to rush towards old, familiar thoughts. Reflection keeps that knowledge alive by reasoning it through, questioning assumptions, and recognizing that thoughts and experiences come and go, but the awareness behind them remains unchanged. This steady contemplation prevents the newly kindled flame of self-awareness from being blown out by distracting thoughts. Manana is for the mind. Then nididhyasana is introduced. This is the deeper, ongoing, inward turning of the mind back to that awareness. Sri Ramana says it's like trimming the wick to keep the flame steady and bright. Whenever other thoughts arise, the mind is gently but firmly turned inward again. This isn't about suppressing thoughts through force, but about consistently remembering the source from which thoughts arise and into which they dissolve. Nididhyasana is for the ego I, who tries to direct activity until that ego I itself is burnt up by the knowledge of the always present self. When with this, it becomes natural and effortless when the mind turns inward by itself, being absorbed in the sense of pure being. It is samadhi. The Maharshi is careful to explain that the inquiry, who am I, itself is Sravana. The recognition of the true I is manana. Applying this recognition in daily life is nididhyasana, and simply being as the true I is samadhi. Being the self is the highest. To be the self, know the self. What Ramana Maharshi offers here is both a map and a reminder that the self is always present. The practices aren't meant to produce the self, but to reveal it by removing attention from what is unreal. In the end, it's not about effort, but abiding in what is always. So know yourself and be always free and at peace. Ramana Maharshi could say so much with just a few words. In these books, I give comments and guided inquiries in ordinary English to deepen your practice. Available from Amazon. The link is in the video notes. These videos bring Ramana's teachings into your direct experience. Click subscribe to see more. Click thumbs up to like, and send questions and start a dialogue with a comment.